Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back again with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be talking about Monero. I'm going to be doing a bit of a price prediction and analysis. This is a coin that I haven't talked about in a while, but one of my all-time favorite coins. Now, what I like about Monero is the fact that it is very similar to Bitcoin. It obviously has that additional privacy layer, but it is very similar to Bitcoin in terms of its limited supply and in terms of, kind of what it stands for. And the community behind Monero is very strong. Now, what they kind of coordinated is a bit of a bank run where to test exchanges reserves to make sure that, the sort of reserve is as limited as they think it is. They have been pulling out a lot of Monero from exchanges. And this is actually very similar to what I talked about people doing with Bitcoin, adding them to their own wallets. And what that does, right, it reduces the amount of liquid supply of the coin. So the actual supply on exchanges around the world becomes more liquid. And what that causes is a spike in price, right? So, of course, as you know, right, this is simple economics, supply and demand. As the supply goes down, the and demand stand the same, the price goes up. So that's kind of the plan behind this move is, and a lot of people follow this, right? A lot of Monero enthusiasts, as this article says. I even went on the subreddit and it was pretty much confirmed, right? A lot of people partook in this, even if they only had a few $100s or more. They partook in, bringing their Monero into their own wallets. And that is, a pretty interesting move. We haven't seen too much of this happen in crypto, but I think this is a pretty interesting, almost concept here. See what will come out of this. And I can tell you what I think my, kind of expectation from this is, right, is that we're going to see Monero increase in price massively from here. So to be honest, if there's any coin that I don't see that much downside to, and I think the bottom is in, and I just really see it only going up from here in the next year to 3 years, is Monero. Now, I am very bullish on Bitcoin and very bullish on proof of work coins right now. I think they're going to see a little bit of a move higher and catch up to what proof of stake coins have been doing in the coming months. But if we look at the proof of work coins just this week, they've been performing quite well, right? Bitcoin only down a bit despite the market dropping. We've got others such as Dogecoin. We have Litecoin here. Litecoin, I think this one is actually quite bullish on it. I like this price point. I think it's quite undervalued. We've got BCH up actually on the week. And of course, look at this 33rd spot. We've got Monero up a massive 7.4% in the last 7 days, right? That's quite massively beating most of the market here. So pay attention to this, right? This is not by accident. You saw just one of the reasons for this, right? Which is the coordination here of the withdrawal by many holders. And of course, that amongst people buying it, etc., is really causing the price to go up here. I also like this level of $250 for Monero. This is actually quite a ways from its all-time high. And if we look at the market cap, it's only at 4.6 billion. That is nothing, right? Come back and look at these other coins like Litecoin and others, and you really could see this moving much higher in the coming months and years ahead. Now, of course, right, I don't think Monero is necessarily going to ever beat something like Bitcoin, but that isn't the point, right? The point is, based on sort of the risk reward here, in my opinion, is very good on Monero XMR. Now, if we look at, potential price increases to give you a price prediction, I really don't see why in the next 5 to 10 years, Monero couldn't be at around a 40 to 50 billion dollar market cap, which would be a 10x from here, right? That would be a 2,500 Monero price. That would seem pretty reasonable to me, and that's not going to happen overnight. But I think that already this year, right, we could maybe even 2 to 3x this year alone. So let's go ahead and take a look at the more detailed chart. We're going to start off with Monero to Bitcoin chart, and you can see that something that's pretty hard to do, right, is actually to end up outperforming Bitcoin. Well, as we're seeing right now, Monero has been outperforming Bitcoin and moving higher. So pay attention to things like this. Now, it had already attempted this once back here and then a second time back here. And this is the third time, right? Third time's a charm. I think this time it's actually going to manage to move higher from here. And there's a few reasons for that. We also have a nice base support line that we've now put in right here at this level, which is, you know, gonna sort of be our level that we initially bounced off of here. And I think that, you know, we're not going to go lower than that. I think from here it's mostly moving back in terms of the ratio between Monero and Bitcoin. And let's go ahead and look at the Monero USD chart here and see what's going on. So the Monero USD chart looking pretty stable. And overall, right, we did see a pullback. I'm going to go ahead and calculate for you the actual amount of the pullback from the all-time high was 72%. However, right, more recently, now we're only at around a 50% drop. So that's a pretty nice level. That's still a very nice discount. But of course, if we flip back higher, right, and we move this towards the upside, we're looking at a basically 100% move back to the all-time highs, and we could go much higher, of course, from there. Now, if I go ahead and draw out some of the trend lines, just to give you a better idea of what's going on, we have fully broken out of our downtrend line. This is a big sign, right? A lot of cryptos are still downtrending. Monero has fully broken out of its downtrend line completely, right? The beginning of the breakout was, of course, back here, but now you can see we've already been for over, you know, 2 weeks here now trading very steadily higher and even starting to slowly break out now. We do have quite a bit of resistance in this level at $300. But after that, right, very, very little resistance ahead. We've got a little bit at 341. I really don't even think that's going to be much resistance, but I'll go ahead and put it in anyways. And the last bit of resistance at $440, and then it's back towards, you know, pretty much the all-time highs for Monero. So like I said, right, that's an easy 100% price increase, double your money just to get back to the all-time highs. And then if we break out higher from there, we could, you know, see substantial upside higher. Just to do some more technical analysis, a lot of you have been seeing me do this. This is a pretty typical cup and handle pattern, and actually this pullback, right, although it is a decent sized pullback, is still somewhat common in the pattern of we've got the cup, right, and then this is the handle right here. So literally imagine a physical cup and the handle. This is a normal in the pattern to have this pullback, and then we move back up higher. And also to mark out the actual potential increase higher in terms of, you know, going up here. Well, we take the high of the two tops and then the bottom level, and that'll kind of predict the amount of expected upside as we move higher here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you just how much higher we could increase from here, and we're going to be looking at all the way up to $868 here, based on the technicals. So this is, you know, just based on this cup and handle pattern on the completion of that, right? And that is, you know, a very, very substantial move higher. Let's go ahead and draw out the actual price increase here all the way to that predicted level. That's 240%. And like I said, right, looking more in the long term, looking 2 to 5 years out, we could be looking, 5 to 10 years out, we could be looking at a full 10x for Monero. $2,500 price level. So now you can see this being much more realistic, right? If in the next year or two alone, we're able to make it to $860, well, guess what, right? It's not going to be that hard from there to get up to 1,000 and then 2,000, 2,500. That'll only be a 2 to 3x from there, right? So I think that this is a very, very good analysis on what is probably going to happen next with everything going on in the community for Monero and the hype in it. Expect us to go back towards $440, $500, the all-time high in the next 6 months, probably, and then after that, right, I think it's just going to start flying higher towards $800, towards $1,000. Also, Monero community reached consensus for a July hard fork. Now, this is, you know, nothing too special, but it just shows that the Monero community is still active and alive. They're working together. These are all really, really big signs, and of course, right, as it's written here in the article, privacy coins have been surging lately, and Monero has always been the gold standard in terms of privacy coins for crypto. And by the way, if you're interested in trading any type of cryptos, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, bit.com. I'll be leaving a link to them in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Also, check me out on Twitter. Link to that in the description of this video, and my technical analysis master course. Less than $20 and a 30-day money-back guarantee if you want to learn how to draw charts like this and you know, get a good read in terms of the technicals. Link in the description. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a great day.